Hello, my name is Bradley and I'm your host of The Internal Game. So the other day I made a post asking if you guys liked success stories, okay? And most people said yes, and there was someone who was like, no, and it's because I compare myself. And I was like, it's so funny that you say that because that's exactly why I don't make these videos, right? I think I've done it one time, and if I feel the need to do so, I will make one, right? But I do know how the mind works, and I do know that it can be a little tricky. And if you see somebody that's like, oh, it took me 2 weeks once I started doing this, and you start doing something, and in 2 weeks you don't see it, you start thinking you did something wrong. You start thinking da 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 da, and oh my gosh, it's not gonna happen. Does this work for me? All this stuff, right? And this is kind of the issue, right? Is a lot of times we get too caught up in this journey of manifesting something or someone, right? So I do get lots of emails about, if you want to call it success, right? Like that was their idea, and it came to fruition. That was their manifestation. It came into it took shape right in front of them, kind of thing, right? And I see the most success when people just start living their life, right? And if you guys are anything like me, at one time I get it. Like I was super obsessed with the manifesting the person. I was super obsessed with the content, the just the whole schedule of just only focused on manifesting, right? And I asked the question the other day too. I was like, guys, like you guys want this specific person. You want this specific person. That's fair. Have your have your person. I truly believe this that you should. But they can't be your entire focus. And I was like, and I asked the question. I was like, guys, listen. They're not if they're not focused on you. Like, did they lose you? They're kind of living their life, right? And you're over here trying to manifest them. Did they lose you at all? No, right? You still want them, right? And I know that people get scared. They're like, but if I start focusing on me, then what if I lose them? Well, I want to remind you that you can't lose something. Like you're connected to everything. Everything is you. You can't lose something. Now you are in charge of your experience with these somethings, but you can't lose them, right? But we want to get out of affirming for being a priority, affirming for being important, affirming for being chosen, and then actually step into being a person who's a priority, who's important in their own life, the most important in their own life, and who chooses themselves. This is reflected back. And people see the most when they actually go out and live their life. And what I mean by this is, like, I know you have hobbies. I know you have things that you like to do. I know you have maybe dreams, goals, things that you want to accomplish. So my advice to you is to actually go forth and do these things instead of just obsessing over manifesting, especially a person. And this does not mean, I promise you this does not mean that you're not going to get them. It's actually quite the opposite. You want to be living in your own frame. Right? It doesn't mean you can't respect person, doesn't mean you can't have boundaries, values, all these good things, but it does mean you want to be living in your own frame. Like, to me, one of the quickest ways to see something come into light is to get around people that are doing it. Doing something that you like to do. Getting around, I know a lot of times in law of assumption and stuff, like a lot of times we're the only person in our friend group and our family group that are into this stuff. So like we find the content, we find the communities, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't need to be your entire life, right? Like when you start to shift the focus back to yourself, and like maybe you have a hobby of like, okay, I want to create an online business. Ideally, you start claiming that you are an online business owner and that your business is booming, and then you go get around people who have online businesses. You go around, you start flooding your consciousness with this idea, with people that are doing these things, and watch what happens. Right? I love law of assumption. I love the law. I love talking about it. This is something I love to do. That's why I make these YouTube channels or YouTube videos and started a channel. But I'm even part of a school community of online stuff because I like to be around the ideas. I like to be around people that are like, I'm like, oh, I never thought about it like that, or like I love being in the mix. ideally you want to choose yourself and live your life and go get around people that are doing the same. Like, because if not, sometimes by default, when we really, really want something, and then we find these channels. I mean, I'm, I get this because I have been this. It became my life, and I told you I was trying to manifest my wife back, right? And I remember I was the one who left because I knew about this law, but I couldn't get out of a fearful state, and I kept assuming the worst of her, and I kept like, and then I was scared it was all gonna happen, so I was like, no, I gotta leave, I gotta go. And then once I left, I was like, but I couldn't stop thinking negative. I couldn't stop being in a fearful state and viewing her in the world like this. So I was like, I just left because I was like, this, if she's leaving in anyway, like this is happening. Like I knew this, and I was like, so because I couldn't stop. So I went and I found my safety. I started to get out of mind, like I talked to you guys about. Just a thought. But I didn't do it off the rip. I didn't do it off the rip. I did it for like I was like affirming and still being desperate and fearful, like for like a good 4 months, 4.5 months, something like that. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to live my life. And I started doing things like with friends and doing gym stuff and just literally getting in my own mix and getting around people that were like having fun doing things, right? And then guess what? Like a week, I know I just talked about, I don't like to use the time frame, but like not even 2 weeks later, I was about to send my wife a text about some boots that I had that she had bought me about a year before that, and I didn't really wear them much. And I wasn't in a desperate state. I just had a good time at some function, and I was like, "Oh, hey, guess what? Look at these boots." And as I was texting this person, she messaged me. We were on the phone for a few hours, maybe more than a few hours. The next day we hung out, and I think a couple days after that, I was back at the house. This all happened like in a week and a half. Again, don't let the mind trick you into thinking like, oh, if it's not a week and a half, or if I go past a week and a half, it's not going to work. This is exactly why I do the success story stuff. But I do want to show you that like it doesn't take long once you start choosing yourself. It doesn't take long once you start being like, you know what, I'm the star of my own movie, and I'm going to get in communities that like, again, nothing wrong with law of assumption communities. Stay in them if you choose, because like it is good to always be reminded that you're creating your reality. It's good to always be reminded that there's seeing people, in the communities, because this is part of our life too. We have this responsibility now that we're in law of assumption, like known about the law, right, to better ourselves and everyone else, kind of thing. So stay in those, but also find other communities. Like I said, I'm in a school community about online stuff, and it's not even really about online stuff. It's about like just business in general, or like how to create things, and it's different brains in there, just like saying stuff and being creative. It's amazing, right? Like that's what you want to be doing. You want to be living your life. I can tell you right now, like me and my wife are together, but I don't walk around saying she loves me, 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 she loves me. I live in the end of us being in a relationship. Hey, what we have for dinner? Hey, did you see this? Right? Like there's no obsession over there. And you might think, oh, it's because you already got him. But no, I stopped when I stopped obsessing over the idea of manifesting and started living my life, it came. Because there's something it's extremely powerful to be walking in your own, to be doing things instead of thinking someone else is more important than you, instead of thinking someone else is cooler than you, instead of thinking, oh man, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they not doing? Da, 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 da. Who gives an absolute fuck? Like, ask yourself, like, has this been feeling good to me? Like obsessing and being desperate and wanting something because you're not in tune with self and not doing your own things, literally. Someone emailed or WhatsApped me the other day about like, she'd been getting out of mind, right? Like, and been doing this for a little while, and, and she found her stability. And I just said anything's missing because nothing's missing. But she was like, once I started doing this, she had a hobby that she's kind of locked into, and she was like, someone even placed an order for her doing this hobby. And she was like, and then like the next day, it was somewhere in this ballpark. If you're watching, forgive me if I say it wrong, but it was like really soon after this that she was like, and then SP texted me and said I'm coming over, and he hung out all day. And she's like, I'm just really glad I got things of my own now. Like I'm not focused on him. I don't care if it's big or small. I have something of my own now. This is what you want to be doing. This is what you want to be doing. Like my wife, she's great. But she loves that I have this. Like, it's not ideal for me to be walking around like, hey, still love me, do you? Hey, I have this and other things. Like, I try to live a full life. She's part of the fullness, but she's not the whole thing. She's playing on watch this being, what are you talking about? Like, being funny, but nonetheless, like, that's how you want to be living. Like, find communities online outside of law of assumption, but keep law of assumption at the front, because like you don't ever want to forget that consciousness is the only reality ever, right? There's a lot of shit going on out there. Consciousness is the only reality. But what I'm saying is, like, get around people that are doing things that you want to be doing outside of obsessing over somebody. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you like golf. Join some golf stuff. Go play golf. Meet some new friends that play golf. I don't care if you want to start an online business. Whatever. Like, find a school community. Find certain things to get in and use your time to learn more about self and grow and experience new things, instead of just solely focusing on someone and manifesting. I get it. I do get it. And I was lucky enough in my own experience, in my own life, to finally, it was so much where I just said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I don't care if I ever manifest anything ever again, my entire fucking life. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm less than. I want to feel like whatever. I'm just going to worry about my state of being and do some shit that I like to do. And then boom, shit just starts happening. I really like think about it like this sometimes. You have so much attention, so much awareness over here, and like that state of being that's given it is just like one of need and one of desperation and one of like fear even, right? And then, so you have all that over there, and then you like step into you, and you choose you, and you're like, all right, I'm doing this, and then like all that kind of resistant state of being just like drops, and the kind of the fucking like the levee breaks, and then these people just start running to you. Things just start coming to you because they're like, oh, we were wanting to do it the whole time, but we just couldn't. It's been you the whole time, but there was just something stopping me, and it was you. I promise. It's you. So stop it. Like, trust me on this when I said just find one hobby at least. At the bare minimum, one hobby. Join one different community about something that's other than law of assumption, and like that's in favor of things that you like to do. Your hobbies, your dreams, your goals, and focus on that for a little while. Like I'm gonna say her name, but like the lady said in the WhatsApp, I finally have something that's my own. And it's a good feeling, I can tell you that. To create, because we are natural creators, is what we are. We are from the Most High, the creator of it all. You know, we are little focal points of this creator. We are little creators ourselves. Right? Like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're creating all the time anyway. Like, we don't have to use all of our like little creation stuff on trying to manifest a person just because we feel not important, and we feel like we need to be chosen to feel chosen, to feel like that someone needs to tell us that we're important, so we feel important, or that someone needs to say, hey, you're a priority, just to feel like a priority. No, we have to give these things to ourselves, because life makes no mistake and always gives man which man first gives himself. Eventually, you gotta stop calling yourself a priority and start being one. Eventually, you gotta stop saying I'm important and start actually acting like you're important in your own experience. And you are important, but you know what I'm saying. And eventually you gotta stop saying I'm chosen, and actually choose you. Because when you start doing these things, you're going to realize that quote by Neville, that life makes no mistake and always gives man which man first gives himself, is 100% true. And you're also going to realize when you start getting out of mind a little bit, like just a thought, when you're not buying into negativity and you're living your life, that, oh wow, I feel really good. I was never even about them. That's when the things shift. And if I want to ask you a question. If you have been making someone a priority, the main priority in your life, and someone else the most important, at a certain point, when you're affirming, I'm a priority, do you even know what that means? Do you know what that feels like to be a priority? If you don't, then stop affirming for it and start being a priority in your own life, focusing on you, things that you like to do. Find people that are doing what you like to do. Or find people that are doing what you want to do. This is big. You ever heard that sentence like if you hang around if you hang around 4 millionaires, eventually you'll be the fifth one? Same thing for everything. Like, yeah, we can think, you can be in a room and start creating stuff all by yourself. But it is a really cool, fun life to say, oh, actually, I like to do that. And then go and then say, I'm doing it now, and then going and getting around people that are doing it. Living your life, dude. You're not losing this person. This I know. You can't lose them. They are 100% you. But you are in charge of the experience with this person. Whether they never talk to you again, or whether they got their head so far up your butt that you don't even know where you end and they begin. You're in charge of the whole experience. So step into your own frame. Be the star of your own movie, as they say. Remember that was a video I saw a long time ago when I first watched Law of Assumption stuff. It's like, be the star of your own movie, not a cameo in somebody else's. Right? This is your show. And I mean that with all love and kindness. Like, you have to choose you. And as I say a lot, if you are scared of choosing yourself and living your life in fear of not getting a person, then this is exactly why you're in this position in the first place. They choose them. You still want them. Nothing. Same thing for you. It's just they can't reflect what you want when you are being incomplete and needy and throwing all this awareness on them that's just really not from a favorable state of being. They can't do it. And even if you did say, I'm a priority, they might even tell you, hey, you're a priority. You might see a little bit of whatever, but like, it's not the same as being one. You're actually going to, like, what's actually reflected is your state of being. How you're being. So, anyway, find things that you love to do. And if you have things already, then go get around people that are doing them. If you have goals, if you have like an idea, if you are, if you are wanting to start a business even, or like find a different career path, things like that, how often are you doing that? Like, how often are you investigating new ideas? How often are you like getting online saying, okay, like trying to find communities where people are doing these things that you want to do? How often are you focused on you? And that doesn't mean that you don't ever show nobody respect or like everyone else goes by the wayside. No, it just means that like you live your life and you let other people live their life. And if you have a preference, you say, that's my preference. I want to be with this person. And then you continue your importance and your state of being and you're choosing self and living your life and create a wonderful relationship with this person. But you can't make it all about them. You can't make it all about anything outside of you. Okay? So, that's all I got. I just want to tell you guys the importance of living your life. It has tremendous benefits. Like, and it has like a reflection that you're actually wanting to see. That's what you actually want. Like, what you actually want is to feel what it feels like to live your life. What you actually want is what it feels like to be whole and complete. And the only person that can give that to you is you. It's not in their pocket. Never has been, even if it seems so. Either way, choose you, do you. I love you, and I'll see you soon.